And we are once again to My Hero Ultra Impact. Today, we are here doing the brand new event, Seizing Shadows, Rise of Evil. Seems like a villain-centric event. I wonder, is it going to be the League of Villains? Is it going to be One for All? Is it going to be Shigaraki? Seizing Shadows, Rise of Evil, 1 of 2.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back, Igichi. How's Shigaraki? Is Igichi a pet name? Or is that Spinner's actual name? Because All For One sounds like he would know everyone's real name. I'm pretty sure he's the one that looked up everyone for the League of Villains as good candidates for Shigaraki. He is recovering as expected. I believe he'll be up and acting normally before too long. I see. How have things been going as spokesperson? As requested, I have gathered heteromorph villains from among the remnants. Along with the remnants of Support Team Brown and escapees, we've gained more civilians who agree with our cause. Wonderful! Your brave deeds shall greatly shape the future of society. You speak too much of me. I am simply charging forward to see the world Shigaraki will create. The thing is, Shigaraki isn't in control of the vehicle anymore. All For One is now. Because he's the master of Shigaraki, he has a leadership position as well. So either they're supposed to be co-leaders or he's actually in charge. Which Shigaraki did show that he didn't want to be under All For One anymore. Shigaraki, I think, one day wanted to set free his master. Because that tiny piece of All For One inside Shigaraki kinda forced him to do this, or helped him. Like, I can't exactly remember what happened. I don't think it was his idea to rescue All For One. I think it was the little piece making him do that, or maybe just strong suggestions to do that. So it really wasn't his idea. Maybe he would have saved All For One, like at the end of the war. But now that All For One is in charge, and he's using that small piece of All For One inside Shigaraki to, like, control him, change him, do stuff like that. He's running the ship now. More importantly, I've received a report from our members in the front. A few days ago, an overseas criminal organization comprised of heteromorph villains infiltrated this country. Oh? They contacted the front and wanted us to join forces as fellow heteromorphs. But they didn't seem to care for the liberating ideology, so the discussions fell apart. Seems kinda dumb to let those discussions fall, because those guys could be pretty good help. The only conflict is if they want to take over the world after the war, when these guys' objective is to take over the world. Like, that would be the only way that discussions would fall apart. Like, I can't imagine before the entire war is over, one side doesn't betray the other to become the sole victor of the world. It's pretty obvious what they want from their timing. Their goal is to take over the Japanese underworld. They must be targeting this opening after Shigaraki was injured and weakened in the battle with Star and Stripe. This is pretty neat. They're giving this event a definitive timeline So it's in that week or a few weeks after the battle with Star and Stripe. I thought this was right after the Tartarus breakout, because I'm pretty sure Shigaraki got a little injured or at least a bit tired there.
呆れたよ。
They underestimate us. What should we do? Won't it be a problem if villains gather from overseas? I would like to use them to disorientate the heroes, but it is a problem if they hinder our objectives. Right. They don't seem worth the trouble. I've actually already received word about this organization. How? Never mind. I see. If I've heard of them, it's only natural you have too. Yes, I've already taken measures. No way! Yeah, All For One is super ready with all these plans. He probably knew about them before he went to jail. He was already ready to either work with them or destroy them if they didn't want to follow the goals of the League of Villains or Liberation Army. I have no idea what their name is at this point.
そうさ。
I told you before, I have many friends in this world. I wish that would have came up in the main series. Him bringing his friends into this never really happened. It was mostly just him and the League of Villains and whatever forces they gathered, like the escapees, the random pockets of villains. One such friend, or should I say, several, they are lending us a hand in this matter. They crushed the overseas headquarters of that criminal organization last night. All that remains are those in Japan. So does that mean that the criminal organization split off a big group to come to Japan? Or does that mean that they split off a tiny group to come to Japan, and these other villains crushed the majority of what was over there at the headquarters? Because this seems kind of like a non-factor if they're a super small part. But then I guess this could be a 50-50 operation. All For One's friends can take a majority, or like half, and then we take on the other half to fully destroy this villain organization. We also know their hideout here, Shikazaku. Please search this location by satellite. There does appear to be a facility where many suspicious villains are going in and out.
これで一安心だ。
That is the current base of the organization. You'll be able to wipe them out easily if you attack now. Such thorough preparation. I wonder, is it only going to be Skeptic and Spinner during this event? We're not even seeing any of the other villains, so I really hope they appear in part 2. You learned this when you live a long time. Adaptability. By the way, Igichi. Yes? The people under you have contacted this organization.
どういうことかな。
Doesn't that mean they also know our location? Ah! What? Why would that make sense? Either the other organization would be wanting to ask for help, so they would invite our guys to their base, or we would meet somewhere halfway, like a random city or random location where we could have this meeting. Why would they know our location? They may not reach this place, but can't speak for the safety of your underlings.
いいかい？
I should be asking you what you plan to do. No? Spinner? Damn it! He went to destroy the organization, huh?
よしよし。
Very well. I was right to leave this task to you, Igichi. Even worthless flies can be unpleasant when buzzing around you. Best to swat them. I have high hopes for you. Alright, got all that. So 2 battles, and we're going through the different versions of One for All, or All for One. Need blue. Alright, let's just go auto. Yeah, I really wish we would have seen more of All for One's friends in the series. Like, either some powerful villains that are, like, pretty old, or just see a strong organization pop up to support All for One. Seems pretty dumb that they didn't pop up to do more support, like either give him weapons or actually fight. Boom, 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 boom. Set yourself ablaze. This time they take 2 hits instead of 1. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, part 2. Let's see what happens with this organization. Is Skeptic gonna come along for this mission? Is Dabi or Toga gonna come along? Because I'm surprised it just kept to 3 characters. Seizing Shadows, Rise of Evil, 2 of 2. In order to eliminate the heteromorph criminal organization from overseas, Spinner meets up with the other front members. We need to move quickly! Damn it! If only Kirogiri was here. I guess there's no point in thinking about someone who isn't here. Hey, Shigaraki. A lot has changed since the time when Kirogiri was with us. As far as I can see from this criminal organization, their combat abilities are middle of the pack. They shouldn't be a problem for the elite officers of the support regiment of the Paranormal Liberation Front. Your support would ensure that. Please back up Igichi. Of course, it is our role to continue carrying the torch that Redestro lit. Very well, I'll leave it to you. That cleans up the issue in this country. Now, the overseas friends who lent a hand. I'm sure they'll be helpful again. I must thank them. I'm surprised to see the Demon Lord repaying debts. I thought you just used fear to control. Of course, I do have many such friends. However, there are benefits to creating positive relationships. Especially when dealing with old friends such as this. We've known one another for a long time. I met him dozens of years ago, when I was overseas. Wow, this is actually pretty interesting, so we're gonna learn about one of his friends. One for All got that quirk from the doctor guy, where his quirk allows him to live an extra 100 years. So, I don't know how long All for One has been around, but he's at least, I would say 80 years old, something like that. But he still looks pretty young. Like, he looks like he's in his mid-40s or 50s. That man was a philanthropist. He hated conflict and didn't wish to harm anyone. His quirk allowed him to stiffen his entire body, making it as rigid as jagged armor. That seems pretty good for someone who is a pacifist or philanthropist, whatever that is, who doesn't want conflict. He can just harden his body so no one can cause conflict with him or hurt him. It seems just like Kirishima's or Tetsu's, but probably more like Kirishima since he doesn't say his body turns into metal. However, one day his quirk triggered randomly, injuring people against his will, and he was imprisoned as a villain. Like, how does that quirk hurt people? Isn't his armor just on his body? So it's like, unless his wife or someone was trying to hug him or be very close to him, maybe it activated when he was in an elevator, like a very packed one, and so he accidentally hurt people there? Or unless his spikes go super far and somehow they hit someone from a distance. Ah! Why? I hate this! Why this quirk? So I removed his quirk and let him escape prison. After that, he begrudged this society that unfairly imprisoned him. His desire to purge it led him to become a real criminal. Doesn't that seem a little backwards though? Why would you take his quirk, let him go free, and then let him become a villain? Wouldn't you let him keep his quirk? I mean, I guess it kind of fits his sad backstory of wanting to be a philanthropist and not hurt anyone by taking his quirk, but now that he's become a villain, he kind of should have a quirk to do more damage or be more helpful for his organization. It was his grandchildren who helped with this matter. They still hate society's unfairness and are cleaners in the underworld. So long ago. How old is he? Now then, what would they enjoy? Although, I must recover one for all before I repay any debts. Based on the information of a friend at UA, that chance is soon approaching. I must focus on that. Days later. Ring.
Yeah.
Hey, Igichi, if you're calling, I assume you finished that job. Yeah, I've cleaned up the organization we spoke of. They are no longer a threat to the front. Well done. Good work. All done? Yes, I suppose. I can use a quirk to tell if someone is lying, even through a phone. Ikichi is lying. Perhaps he is lying about completely cleaning up that organization.
Nani?
What? However, I have no desire to condemn him. Perhaps, instead of wiping them out, he let those who agreed with the liberating ideology join us. Or, he showed mercy as a fellow heteromorph and let some of them escape with their lives. Whichever it is, I couldn't care less. I wonder why was Skeptic silent? Was he thinking All for One is kind of merciful? That he doesn't care that his subordinate disobeyed him? Or is he thinking that All for One is kind of incompetent for letting a disobeyed order go through and not correcting that? Another call? I see the telephone lines are jammed as always. Who could it be? Oh, What a rare occasion to receive a call back from you. What is the matter?
すごいじゃないか。
Oh, is that so? That is wonderful news. I have no idea who that could be. I haven't watched the last season just yet. Whatever that person called about is going to take place in the final season, or if it happens in the season before that. All for one and a Nomu. I don't know if this happens in the actual show, but it would be cool if he did break out the original Nomu. Because I did kind of like that Nomu. He was pretty powerful. Like, he was just a very good counter to All Might. Although, his power wasn't enough. He just needed a bit more juice to actually counter All Might. Damn, got immunity to everything. Let's see if we lose or if we're able to actually win this. I mean, I have a bad streak of losing. Okay, yeah, at least take out the Nomu first. Damn, he did a lot. Okay, that's a pretty cool attack. Okay, I still got some extras. Damn, I messed up. No! He's stunning us! A bastard. Ah, we're pretty close. No! Damn it! Oh, we were so close! As per usual, we can't take on very hard. Very hard is just... damn. Yeah, it's just always super hard. I thought that was a pretty decent event. Showing more of All for One, like being a leader to the group while Shigaraki was incapacitated. Although I wish we could have seen more League of Villains people, or maybe even the Paranormal Liberation Front people, and what they think of All for One. Because we mostly see what Skeptic thinks, and we see what Spinner thinks. Like, both of them seem to respect him pretty well, because they know, like, his history, and, like, what a great villain he is. And aside from the other two, I'm sure they had little interactions with him in the main series. I don't know, like, do they actually respect him? Do they just follow his orders? Like, that's what I want to know. I guess it was kind of cool to see Spinner be merciful and not really kill his heteromorph people, since that's a big thing in the final arc. Since he becomes a heteromorph leader, he really wants to save heteromorphs. I hope you guys enjoyed My Hero Ultra Impact Seizing Shadows Rise of Evil. And if you guys did, please make sure to follow me on all my social medias like my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, my DLive, my TikTok, my Kick, Rumble, Odyssey, and Patreon. And check out my second YouTube channel, and like and comment on all my videos, and even join my Discord. There you can stay up to date with everything I choose to do, where my streams, videos, or anything else. But yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Bye.